let's get cracking. Yeah, so for today's whole body, I want you to guys have a chair. We're going to do our dips on it. So if you don't have a chair, a table's probably a bit too high, but you could use the side of a sofa. That could work really well, or the edge of a bed. That could work well as well. Yeah, cool. And I'm going to do the headstand lowers down like we did last week to work on the core and strengthening and toning tummies and stomachs. So if you want to have a pillow or any padding for your forearms or for your head, depending on what headstand style you want to do, have that to hand as well. So they're the only things that you need to prep for this session today. Let me just tweak the camera. Lovely. Is it a bit dark or is it okay? Can you see me okay? Give me a thumbs up, or is it a bit dark? Should I turn the light on? It's okay, cool. I think the sun's gone behind the cloud and I just feel like I'm in a dark space. I might turn it on midway through. All right, my loves, let's start with our warm-up. 4 big deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Lift the arms up as we go. Number 1, inhaling. Exhale, fold it forwards. Number 2, inhale. And exhale. Number 3. And release. And last one, biggest one yet. And letting it all out. Lovely. Stand yourself up, pull the shoulders back, chest open, and take yourself from one side to the other. Just gently lifting your body from one side over. Perfect. Hold yourself to one side. Circle around the ankle. Don't lose your balance. Change direction, other way. And then switch over. Circle around the ankle. And then change direction of the ankle. Perfect. Leg number 1, lifting it up in front of you for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, hold up 1 second. Did you kick your camera over? She gone. Sorry, guys. Oh, gosh, I think I've messed it up. Oh, no, there I am. We're all good. Sorry about that. Right, where were we? Did we do the legs at the back? No. With legs at the back. No, let's start with legs at the front, just so that we're all on it. We might have one super flexible leg by the end of it. Starting with leg 1, lifting it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Out to the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Leg number 2, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kick it out the back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Nice soft knees. Rolling around the shoulders. You know those leg kicks, I think, are one of my favourite parts of the warm-up. They just feel so good for me. Take it a bit bigger, leading with the elbows. Lovely. And then just the shoulders rolling forwards. Excellent. And forward swimming. Lovely. Perfect. Reach the arms up nice and high. Let's take one arm forward, one arm back. Perfect. And change direction. Other one back, other one forwards. Wonderful. And then letting it all go. Nice soft knees, wrap yourself round, twist it back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Excellent. And then taking yourself back to the front. Everything from hips down stays still, just twisting the upper body from one side to the next, one side to the next. Lovely. And then everything from shoulders down stays still, just moving the head from left to right, right to left. Gently up, gently down. Lovely. And then ear over to one shoulder, up and over, up and over. Lovely. And then bringing your ear over to the shoulder, gently rolling it around that front semicircle, and then easing it back around the front semicircle. So just rolling to stretch out the back of the neck. Lovely. And then gently lifting the head back up on top of the shoulders when you're ready. Lovely. Pulling the shoulders up to the ears, pushing it down, lifting it up, pushing it down, lifting it up, pushing it down, and double time. Lovely. Bringing the palms up to the sky, opening it out, squeeze the shoulder blades, opening at the chest, rounding it over, separating, and open, and round, and open, and round, and open. And this time when we round, interlink the fingers, really like holding a big beach ball, eyes go down to the floor, and gently pulling on the arms to separate the shoulder blades. Lovely. Let go of the hands, interlink the fingers at the back. Pull the shoulder down so that we can lift up, arms up and away. Feeling a stretch in the chest and in the front of the shoulders, maybe in the biceps. Fold yourself forward. Let's intensify that stretch, aiming for your hands to get onto the floor over the top of your head. Lovely. Let go of the hands. Bend the knees, rolling it up. And let's take our hips from side to side. Circle around the wrists, taking it all the way up to the top and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrist, taking it back up to the top and back down the middle. Interlink the fingers, snicky, snicky, and reverse. Lovely. Good. Give them a little shake. Fold yourself forward, hands come down, keep the hips in from side to side. Feel a stretch on the inner thigh, maybe a little bit on the back of the legs. And then taking it all the way back up again. Softness in the knees, squeezing the tush, tucking the pelvis under, and then stick the butt out at the back, pelvis tilting away, and under. Squeeze and back, and under. Squeeze and back, and then let's circle the hips all the way round. Perfect. Change direction, other way. Good. Lovely. Reaching all the way up and fold yourself forward. Hands come down, feet nice and wide, bending one leg and then straighten that leg and bend the other. Take it as deep as you wish to, so you can take it from here or take it all the way down, whatever feels good for you and your body. Lovely. And then taking it through the middle. Now you can keep your hands on the floor for support, or if you wish to, you can take your hands off. Keep your hips nice and low and lift up that chest. Lovely. Hold yourself to one side. Choose to either sit down or keep yourself up on your foot, up to you. And we're going to flex, demi point, full point. Demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Last one, full, demi, flex. Gorgeous. Roll yourself round into your lunge position, gently taking the hips up and down. Push through that front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge. Find your balance, reach the hands up, tilt the pelvis under, and push down into the hips. Reach forward, hands come down to frame your front foot, drop the back knee down, untuck that toe, And from here, we straighten and rebend for 8. 7, getting the leg as straight as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg up nice and straight, lifting up the hips. Glue your chest on as we straighten and rebend for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Drop the back knee down and take yourself into a nice low lunge position. And let's take our hips round in a circle for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside. Tuck your toe under at the back. Push your back leg up straight and open yourself out to the front and scooch over to the other side. Again, if you want to sit down, you're welcome to do so here as we do the ankle. Let's flex. Demi point, full point, demi point, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Demi, full, demi, flex. Gorgeous. Roll yourself over into your lunge position on the other side. Gently taking the hips up and down. Just warming those hips up a little bit more. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into your standing lunge. Find the balance. Reach the hands up. Pelvis tucks under. Push down into the hips. Reach forward. Hands come down to frame your front foot. Drop your back knee down and tuck that toe. And from here we straighten, rebend for 8, 7. Make sure it goes fully straight. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Tuck the toe under at the back. Push your back leg up nice and straight, lifting up those hips. Glue your chest on as we straighten and rebend that front leg as best as possible, keeping the chest attached for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Lower the back knee down. Take yourself into a luscious, big, low lunge position, in pushing into the hips. And let's do our circles of our hips. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. 2 hands come to the inside of your front leg. Bring your weight into your back knee and let the other leg join together at the back so you're landing on all 4s. Just check that your wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips, tailbone tucks under, round the back, separate the shoulder blades, look down between the legs. And reverse. Pelvis sticks up and out. Squeeze the shoulder blades together at the back, looking up to the sky. And rounding it over, really pushing through the shoulder blades, pelvis tucking down, squeeze the tummy button up into the spine, and open out at the back. Imagine your tailbone is trying to reach the top of your head. And let's circle the rib cage round for 1, 2, 3, 4. Change direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely stuff. Take yourself to standing, whichever way you wish to. Lovely. I'm going to start with some jumping jacks. It's so warm actually. I'm going to put the lights on. Okay, so I'm going to start with some jumping jacks. If your mat is a bit slippy or it tends to move as you jump, then just take yourself off your mat. Or if you're not on, then it doesn't make any difference. We're going to do 30. And we're going to do it where we jump out and jump in. If that feels a bit too much, you can step out to one side and then step over to the other side. But I know you guys are pretty good at jumping it. So 30 in a row. Let's do it together. On your marks, get set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 29 and 30. Lovely, good job. So just getting all that blood pumping around. We're now going to do 10 super fast jumping jacks. This is where we don't jump out and jump in. It's one explosive movement and then rest. Oh, just catching my breath then. So what we're going to do is I'm going to jump out and then don't touch the line. Let me step away. Let me move my mat away as well. So I've done it again without hitting my light. So I jump out and back in. So we're going to do 10. So it's much more explosive, and it tends to be a little bit more difficult to breathe because they're anaerobic movements. So you might feel out of breath at the end. That's okay. We'll just keep walking around and just catch our breath in that moment. Are we ready? On your marks. You're going to do 10 of these. Get set and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 then. Really good. I don't know. I'm really excited to watch this back, but what I noticed was every time I jumped, my eyebrows like my face jumped at the same time. I don't know, that wasn't intentional, but just what I seem to notice. Okay, cool. So now we're nice and warm and getting our blood moving nice and ferociously. I'm just going to bring you back down onto the floor just for a moment. Just do a little bit more in the hips before we take ourselves over to our wall. So, or pole, depends what you're doing. So you're going to sit yourself on your butt, bring your knees up to the sky, feet down to the floor. And from here, I'm going to drop my knees over to one side. And then I'm just going to open and then close. Open and then close. And just let your body kind of dictate how deep a stretch it wants to go initially. And then as you do it more and more, it will start to open up more easily. If there's any clunks or clicks, then maybe just take it slightly smaller. So don't take it as deep, but hopefully as you do more and more, your body starts to feel familiar with it. Blood starts to move in that area so that your synovial fluid that surrounds your joint will start to warm up and feel a little bit happier to go into a deeper stretch. Lovely. Good. And then from here, let's just sit with our knees apart and feet together, and then you can lift yourself so that you're sat on your butt, on your sitting bones and your ischium and your pelvis, and just hold it here. Give your knees a little wibble wobble, trying to get your knees down to the floor, or maybe you can pull both knees down to the floor at the same time if that feels possible. Lovely. Good. And hopefully that'll just do that extra little bit to warm up our hips. Right, over to the wall. So if you've got a pole, you can do it next to the pole. If you've got a sofa, you can do it next to your sofa. Or if you've got a wall, you can do it next to a wall. We're going to do our headstands and practicing coming down and back up using our core engagement. So you're welcome to pop down a cushion if you wish to, or use your mat, or just use the floor, whatever you feel comfortable with. But if it does feel uncomfortable, go and get some padding, because it doesn't need to be uncomfortable. So I'm just going to shut this door and use the use my door frame as well. So I'm going to show you what we're going to do, and I'll show you it through different stages as well. And we're going to do it through straddle for a beginning stage, but then you can also do it through pike if that feels easier. Not easier, if you would like the challenge, not easier. So what I want us to do is take ourselves into our headstands. You can just kick up however you wish to, gently step up, or you can start to really pull on your core to take yourself upside down that way instead. So I'm going to do my arms in a forearm to the floor, and I'm going to just cup my hands together, elbows go underneath my shoulders, tuck my toes under. Now I'm going to take my feet through a straddle to lift up, because that's my preferred, but you can do it through a little bunny hop or a step up as well, whichever you prefer. So when we're here in our headstand, I want you to take your legs out wide. Doesn't have to be a split, it can just be with your legs out wide, okay? From here, I want you to tilt your butt back. So tilt your pelvis back. And that might feel like you're having a big bend in your back. Make sure you're pushing through your shoulders so that it feels strong. And then I'm going to tilt my pelvis down. So I'm tilting it away. And then back and forwards. And back and forwards. I don't know if you can see that. So what I'm just wanting to do is just tilt my pelvis back and forward. So what I'm essentially doing, I'll show you from the side, is I'm going under and back, and under and back. And when my pelvis is tilted under, it's going to be massively pulling on all of my core muscles, because my weight will be starting to go forward, trying to bring my feet down to the floor. And so just to try and hold it in place, keep it back, I'm going to massively engage my muscles in my core. And it almost happens instinctively, but I want us to make a real conscious effort just to give them a helping hand. So think about squeezing your pelvic floors. Think about keeping that tummy nice and tight. Think about tensing your tummy. Those things will all really help just make sure we're super tight and help to resist that feeling like we're going to bring our feet down to the floor. So that's what I want us to do to practice to begin with, is just tilting back, forth, even if you're really good and you know that you can take it down and up through pike, I want us to just do that in the first little bit, just to start it off, start getting the core muscles engaged. So just take a little moment to do that. I'll show you again if you want to watch again. I'm going to try and do it without a pole, without a wall, just so you can see it sideways on, if you wish to see it. Actually, I can see you all getting into your zone now, so I'm going to let you get into your zone. Let me know, give me a wave if you'd like me to demo again. If you know that this is going to be quite a easy exercise for you and you're quite confident in this, then I'll challenge you to do it away from the wall, just to add that extra little snippet to make it more of a challenge. Nice, lovely, gorgeous, Naomi. Lovely, Magdalena. Solid. Oh, lovely. Really nice. Lovely, Shan. I forgot about your tattoo, Shannon. It looks really pretty. Lovely. Nice, Rush. Good, good, good. Nice balancing. Good, lovely. And it can be the subtlest of movements, just rocking those pelvis back and forward, tilting it back, tilting it forward, tilting it back, tilting it forward. It doesn't need to be a big movement, it can be really subtle. And we tend to start it being subtle, and then as you feel more confident, you can take it into a deeper position, and that's when we can then start to take our toes down to the floor. I'm going to let you do it for a few more seconds, but feel free to come down when you're ready and just take a little rest while we wait for everybody. Lovely. Okay, cool. Nice. Really good. So, there's a couple of people still upside down. So when you're lovely. Do you know, Paulina, I thought that was Magdalena, and I was like, well done, Magda. And it was your legs all along. I'm sorry, I could only see the legs. I was taking a guess. But I'm sure you both did excellent. So very well done. Okay, so for the next little bit that I want us to do is I want us to take it a little bit further. So that one was just the movement of the hips, going back, going forward, the pelvis, that shift of the pelvis, and how much of an impact that has on all of our core muscles and how much we engage the core, etc. So 2 options here, really depending on where you are in your headstand journey, how it feels, etc., etc. And as before, you're welcome to do whatever headstand pose feels best for you. So you can pick it today. So you might want to do a tripod one. You could turn your wrists away. You could do your forearm, hands down, palms up. You could do a funky one with one hand stand, one hand out, one hand in, like we did on Thursday. Up to you. I'll let you pick whichever one you want. I tend to go with the one that you feel most confident with, because this isn't about progressing your headstands, although that will be a benefit of it. This is more about how we can best use this position to control and strengthen our abs and all of our core muscles. So it's less about how fun and fancy our headstands can be, but more about getting that control in our tummy. So yeah, pick one that you feel really confident in would be my advice. So so next movement that I want you to do, option one is we start in our headstand, take our legs out wide, and this time, instead of doing the little tilt, I want you to try and take your toes down for as low as possible. Now, I don't know if you can see this from the angle that you're at, but when I start to bring my feet forward, I actually bring my butt ever so slightly back so that it helps to balance me a little bit better. I'm going to show you this one sideways and hope I don't fall over in the process. But this is also an option for you as well. If you'd like this to be a little bit more challenging, do it without the wall, so that you haven't got that back, and that means you have to keep control the entire time. So I take myself into my headstand position, and then I take my legs wide, and then as I tilt my butt back, I actually lean it backwards. I don't know if you can see better from that angle. So even though I'm tilting my toes down towards the floor, my butt is actually going slightly further back, rather than if I was coming straight, keeping my hips at the same position, but tilting my hips forward. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to keep my hips over my shoulders and keep my feet to come down to the floor without shifting that weight. So I want you to really think about bringing your legs down further, but by shifting your butt further back, even though it's tilting down. I hope that makes sense. I hope you can see that from my demo as well. I'll demo it one more time, and then I'll show you what I want you to do. So I want you to take your legs as low as you can. You can tap the floor, amazing, and then take them back up again. So I'll show you what that looks like again. So hopefully you can see what I need. So I'm up, I've got my legs wide. I tilt my pelvis under, and at the same time I'm bringing my butt back. And then I want to take my feet down as close to the floor as possible. If I can tickle my toes on the floor, amazing, and then lift it back up. And then do you notice, as I lift up, I bring my hips back over the top of my shoulders, and then I start to go back down again. I bring my butt slightly further back, and then as I come up, my hips go forward again. So it's a really subtle movement, but it's the difference between me falling over and me not falling over, me being able to take my toes down to the floor but still have my weight in my shoulders, or me having my weight in my toes because I've come down. If that feels nice and easy, then I want you to take it through a pike position where my legs stay together, and ideally they want to stay straight. And again, as I tilt my pelvis down and under, my butt comes further back. So I'm trying to squeeze, tap down. I'm trying to keep like that balancing beam, like that balancing act. I'm trying to bring my butt back because my pelvis is tilting forward, and I've got more weight coming down over this way. So I need to balance that out by leaning my butt back slightly. I hope you could see that from the angle. I really hope I could, because I'm sweating buckets, so I hope it helped. But yeah, so that's what I want you to be thinking about when you do this next one. So you've got the choice of straddle or pike. So legs together if you're doing your pike one, and if you want to have that extra challenge, do it away from the wall. And yeah, think about, as you're tilting the legs down, bringing your butt further back, and it will be squeezing your core. You might feel it. I actually feel it sometimes in my hamstrings. They're contracting so that I can keep nice and controlled. It's really interesting to kind of listen to where your body will naturally start to tense as I squeeze my hip flexors as well. So just have a little play and a practice with that, taking the legs out wide, taking them forward as much as possible, but bringing your butt back. Now, obviously, if you're doing this against the wall, you need that to account for that extra bit of space. So you might not be able to go straight next to the wall, but slightly further away. So as you bring your legs down, you've got room for your butt to go back. So just have a little play with that and see how that feels. Feel free to ask any questions as well if that doesn't make any sense. Lovely, Rush. Nice, good, good. And could you feel that biting point there, Rush? Like you had it, you controlled it, and then it just went that little bit further, and then it was like, oh no, too much weight this way, and therefore your feet came down to the floor. But yeah, it's just finding that biting point and then pulling back from there. So see if you can do the exact same thing again, but hold it at that point and then bring it back. And that would be the best thing you can do. Shan, that was beautiful, lovely control. Lovely, Paulina. That is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Legs in the sky. Nice, good. Lovely. Perfect, Naomi, that is gorgeous. And I can really see your hips pulling further back as your legs come closer to the floor. That was beautiful. And just really think about how much this is helping you for when we do those brass monkey pencils down, pressing down to like prep for muscle ups. So yeah, that is just, you're doing it all wonderfully. That looks excellent. Really, really nice. Good. If you need to have a little stop, have some water, have a little break, feel free to do so. I know this is quite intense when we're doing things upside down. We tend to sweat a lot more. Lovely, Rush. Good, good, good. Excellent. Yes. Beautiful stuff. Yes. Oh, Paulina, that's beautiful. I know you lost that balance just for that second, but that looked like you could just glide up through. Look at those control. That's excellent. Paulina, this is amazing. Really nice. Okay, cool. When you're ready, I'm going to let you come down in your own time. I think you're all down though. So the next thing I want us to do is another headstandy one. And this is really challenging because it's moving our legs around whilst in our headstand. So by moving our legs around, this is meaning that our core is having to engage the entire time and pull in different ways so that we can stay balanced and stay upside down. So there's a couple of options, and this all depends on how comfortable you are with the leg unfoldy thing. So here's option number one. I'm gonna try to do it away from the wall, just mainly because I keep kicking the sofa. So I'm taking myself up into my headstand, and then what we're going to do is turn my knees in. So this is option one, and this tends to be if you're comfortable with this movement of your legs already. So knees in, feet apart, feet together, knees out, and straighten, and in, twist, up, and then start to see how it feels to speed it up. And obviously as we speed it up, it makes it harder for yourself to balance. So there's loads going on, and you're having to think about what your legs are doing whilst you're balancing, still pushing in with your shoulders. So there's loads kind of going on, and it's got all these things trying to keep your balance whilst your legs are moving. If you're not comfortable with that leg movement thing, and it doesn't, and you have to really think about where your legs are going, then I want you to do wavy legs instead. So that's option two, wavy legs. So again, I'm in my straddle position, and then from here I'm going to bend one leg and then bend the other leg. Bend one leg, take it down, bend the other leg, take it down, straighten down, straighten bend, straighten bend, straighten bend. So I'm just switching from one side to the other. If you're getting really good, I want you to see if you can tap down at one side and then over. Whoop! I can't do the other side, and tap the other side. So that always basically squeezing your obliques as you take it further down on one side, further down on the other. And that will be really good for, one, toning our lovely hourglass shape, but really getting those side core muscles engaged. So there's two options there, and you can practice both if you want to. So the open leg one, close back up, or the wavy legs, and then taking it as deep as you can. See if you can touch it down on both sides, but that extra challenge if you would like it, if you're in the mood for the extra challenge. So yeah, let me know how you're getting on. And feel free to ask any questions as well. And Shan, just give me a thumbs up every now and again. I keep seeing your legs in the air, but I think you've moved over to another wall. Perfect, good, perfect. I know sometimes when we do headstands, we don't breathe. So make sure you're breathing. And if you're feeling dizzy in any way, then feel free to just take a little moment and grab some water, just skip out this movement, you know, just listen to your body. If it's feeling too intense and you keep getting dizzy or lightheaded, then just slow it down and take a break and maybe let me know.
My head keeps falling through my forearms. Should I adjust for that, or is it fine?
Can you just say that again? Sorry, I can't hear you very well.
My head keeps slipping through my forearms, so like I'm resting my head on my forearms, and then couple of like seconds in, it will just kind of like slowly slide down onto the floor.
Oh, okay. Maybe you've just got super slinky hair today. It's fine. If you have, you can always start your head on the floor as well, if you don't want that feeling of moving down. But I'd recommend lots of padding and pushing through your shoulders again, so that even if your head's on the floor, it's your shoulders and your back that's holding you, not your neck. You can hold on your neck because I know that you've got a strong neck, but you know, why put pressure in an area which doesn't naturally like to be held in, when you can hold it in your shoulders because they're way stronger. Lovely. Oh, this is exciting. I can see legs moving. Nah. Oh, Pauline, that was so close. You were there. Lovely, Shan. That is looking tremendous. Look at that control. Beautiful stuff. Really nice. Nice. Lovely control there, Naomi. Yes. Yeah, good, good. Yes, Rashana. Oh, guys, you're looking great. Really nice, Paulina. I think that's your legs. Oh, cheers, Emma. And that's the thing, is the moment that you move your legs, suddenly your center of gravity completely shifts into a different place. It's moving the legs while you're trying to keep everything else solid is tremendously difficult. So really good efforts from everyone. I'm so chuffed at this. It's looking excellent. Yes, Naomi. Beautiful, really nice. Great stuff, everybody. Okay, cool. If you are still upside down, just gently bring yourself back upright, and we'll take ourselves back to the center of the room, back to an upright position-ish, but less on the headstandy bits there. Really nice, everyone. Dead chuffed with that. Now, I asked you guys to... Wait 1 second, let me think. A bit risky, actually. Yeah, I'm going to take myself onto my chair next. Sorry, I was just chatting to myself. There was a move that I've been thinking about doing, and I have decided not to put it in, and I was just tempted to do it again. But I will wait until we are back in the studio to do that move, because it's a little bit more risky. And I don't want any injuries. Okay, cool. So I want you to grab your chair. If you don't have a chair, you can use your sofa. If you've got your sofa, I really recommend you using an arm of the sofa. Because what we're going to be doing is, I don't know if you can see me here, maybe I just need to shuffle my camera around, cut it off my sofa. So you can use the arm of your sofa, and basically what we're doing is taking our legs out and then dipping down, lifting up. The reason why you probably don't want it on the squishy, comfy part of your sofa is because then it will just hyperextend your wrist, and it can feel quite demanding on your wrist because it's It's not hard, it will just flex it back. So you can use the sofa or use a chair, but you don't want it to be too high, basically. I want it to be about seat distance height. So what I'm going to do, you've got a few options, and this will really depend on how challenging you would like it to feel, and then you can just vary it up as well. So basically, the further out your legs are, the harder it's going to be, because you can, basically, if we have our legs out completely straight, that's going to be a lot more demanding than if I've got a softness in my knees and I'm bringing them slightly closer to me. So the harder version, I'm going to go legs straight and on my ankles, and my wrists are directly underneath my shoulders. Or the slightly gentler option is feet down underneath your knees. I mean, that will mean that your legs can take more of the pressure. And we're going to do 8, have a break, do another 8. You can switch it up in that. So maybe you do the first 8 as a harder version, and then switch it to a gentler version for the second 8, or vice versa, up to you. I'll let you kind of listen to your body and see what feels best. And you're welcome to just practice them out now as well. What we're going to do, and the other way to amend how challenging you want this, is we're going to bring our weight into our arms, and then we're going to bend our elbows, taking them back, and then pushing back up again, and then taking it down, and lifting it up. The way to make that slightly easier is not going down as low. However, I am very much of a believer, if we're going to do something, we're putting this time and energy and effort into doing it, we might as bloody well do it the best that we possibly can. So with that in mind, I would recommend you go through your fullest range of motion. So take it as low as feels comfortable, and then really lift it back up. And it will be harder, but so much more worthwhile, and so much more will come out of it because you're doing a full one. And it's the same when we do our push-ups. If we just go down a little bit, yeah, we're doing a push-up, but if we go down through our fullest range of motion, taking it to a 90-degree angle, and then push back up again, we get so much more out of the move. And if we're going to bother, we might as well do it our absolute best. So pick your position, have a little play with both legs out straight and bent, see which one feels best for you today. And then are you ready to get into your position? Ready to go for the full 8. I can see you guys just prepping. Good, lovely. Okay, so lifting the weight into your arms, elbows go directly back as well. Try not to let them wing out to the side. Elbows are going behind you. If it helps, you can think about them pulling in towards each other. Actually, just try and get them to aim to the back of the room. Are we ready? And we go down. Nice and slowly lift it up. Nice and slowly take it down. Nice and slowly lift it up. Nice and slowly take it down, super slow, like you're moving through honey. Take it down and lift up. Good, halfway there, take it down, lift it up, take it down, lift it up. I want you to imagine that if someone was filming you doing this, that you couldn't tell whether you're doing slow motion. Last one, slow, and up. Lovely, and just have a little break. Shan, was that okay for your wrist? I felt mine go a little bit like, meh. Okay, good, fab. So the reason why, we're just going to rest, let our arms have a little relax. The reason why we want to do it slowly is because it puts more demand on our muscles, and it helps to basically become more efficient at building strength in that particular part of our body. And we're focusing on our triceps here at the back of the arm. So if you ever twist your arm round and twist as far as you can, there's that lovely sculpting, hopefully, I'm sure you all have it, sculpting muscle that kind of comes around. That's your tricep, or as I like to call them, as many people do, your bingo wings. So that's the area that feels wibbly wobbly underneath. Oh, look at that, they used to wobble and now they don't. It's all these dips, guys, it's all these dips. But having strong triceps or strong bingo wings is perfect for pole, because as we pull up on our pole and do our inverts, a lot of it's in the back of the arms. That's why it's so important to keep them nice and strong. Okay, next 8. And again, you can switch it up, take the legs straight for the harder version, or maybe you're like, whew, that was harder than I thought, keep those legs in, whichever you prefer. Are we ready for our next 8? And we take it down. Take it as low as you can, lifting it up. Good. Take it down, lift it up. Take it down, lift it up. Take it down, lift it up. Good. Take it down, lift it up. Take it down, lift it up. I'm going to be honest, I've lost count. Take it down, lift it up. I think we've got one more, but we might have done one extra. Take it down, lift it up. Phew! Really nice there, guys. Just roll out the wrists, doing a little snaky snaky. Make sure they're okay. Yeah, we might have done 9 there rather than 8. But rather 9 than 7. You're welcome. You're welcome, guys. Lovely. And let's pop our chair over to one side and go and grab your mat while we finish on the floor. Phew. Lovely stuff. Okay, cool. So, good, fabulous. So I want us to end with some of the exercises on derriere. So strengthening and toning butt and keeping it nice and strong and looking and feeling fabulous. So I'm going to do our all fours exercises, but I'm going to do them a little bit more intensely. If you want to make this even more challenging for yourself, you can put weights. You've got like any ankle weights, that will make it more challenging. Or you could do it with a band around your knee, but that would only work in some of the moves. So actually that might end up being a bit faffy. So maybe you just focus on what it is. But if you've got ankle weights, you're welcome to put them on to make it slightly more challenging. But we're focusing on the butt, making sure it's nice and strong. Take yourself onto all fours. I'm just doing fists because it's easier for my wrists. It helps them keep in line. And I'm going to start with taking my leg out to the side. Imagine I've got my pole sister. I know Karina and you, Magda, can actually do this with your pole sister and actual sister. We're going to circle our legs around, but for the rest of us, we'll do it with our imaginary friend. So we're taking our leg out and we're going to take it round in a circle 8 times. Let's go. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Take the knee onto a bend and we're going to take it out to the side and back down. And I want to do this where my whole of my leg is coming up and down like I'm a peeing dog on a tree. And let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take my leg directly down back behind me. Keep it nice and straight. I'm going to do lots of little pulses, lifting it up for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it directly behind me and I'm going to lift it up as high as I can. Squeeze the butt. Hold 3, 2, 1. Release. Take it back down and then take it back up again and hold. Squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Release. And up. 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 3, 2, 1. Release. Last one, and up, 3, 2, 1, release. Lovely. Take the knee in towards your chest and kick it out the back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Final one, out to the side again and back in. Are we ready? For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good work, guys. Drop yourself down into your child's pose. Stretch out those arms. And you can drop over your butt to one side. Take the hands the opposite way. Lovely. Good. And then take yourself up. Let's switch over to the other leg. You can either switch round or just change direction, whichever you prefer. Okay, leg number 2, out to the side with your imaginary friend or your actual pole sister, circling it round, and let's go. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Change direction. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, my butt is aching. Knee out to the side. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it straight behind you. Little pulses for 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it as high as you can. Squeeze the butt for 3, 2, 1. Release. And up. 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 3, 2, 1. Release. Squeeze it as much as you can. And up. 3, 2, 1. Release. And up. 3, 2, 1. Release. Last one. Up. 3, 2, 1. Release. Lovely. Take the knee into the chest, kicking it up the back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side. Oh my gosh, that's the one. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Oh my days. My butt feels like it's on fire. Like I couldn't keep my form at the end of that. Oh my goodness me. I hope you felt the strain as much as I did. I'm going to do a little butt stretch to end off here. So I'm going to lift up one leg to the sky, flex up my foot and place it onto my knee. And then I'm going to push my knee away. So that knee goes away, flexing up that foot and keeping it actively flexed. Then I pull my other leg in towards me. Oh my gosh, it's so tight already. Interlink my fingers around that leg and pull it in towards me, pushing my leg that I'm stretching, that knee away. And we're just going to breathe. Oh, I hope I feel this tomorrow. I love that feeling. I was chatting to someone, I can't think who I was chatting to. I was chatting about whether you love the feeling of the achy muscles or you don't like it. I know me and you, Rush, have chatted about it before. And we were saying it's weird if you're not aching now, but I do love the feeling. But someone was saying, they're like, oh my God, no, I hate that feeling. I feel like it's like I've definitely worked and strengthened that muscle. Lovely. And relax. Switching over to the other leg, flexing up the foot, push your knee away from you, and then lift the other leg, pull the knee, that knee in towards you. So the leg that you're stretching, push that knee away and pull the other one in to deepen the stretch. Feel that stretch all down the side of the butt, down into your glute, side of the leg, sorry, into the glute. Lovely. And just breathe. Lovely. One more breath here. Lovely. And then release. Take yourself back up to a seated position. I'm just going to land, actually I'm going to do it on my knees just because that feels more comfortable for me at the moment. It's going to end on a tricep stretch. So I want to bring your hand over onto your shoulder, lift the elbow up to the sky. And to begin with, you might just feel like that is a deep enough stretch on itself. If you want to take it deeper, take your hand onto your elbow and pull that elbow a little bit further back. Just be super conscious that you're not arching your back. Keep that pelvis neutral, keep that tummy engaged so that we don't arch the back. Take it deeper still. You can take your elbow behind your head and push your head back into it. And if you wish to, you can take your hand you can take your hand around the back and see if you can interlink the fingers and pull it down. I actually don't really love that position, but I tell you what I do love is if you grab a rope. I've got my physio bands to hand, so I was just going to use this. And you hold it with one hand, and then with your opposite hand, you can pull it down, but you can use anything from like a tie to a dressing gown rope or resistance band or a belt. I find I can just get way more comfortable position by pulling it that way than holding onto my hand and pulling it down. I'm not fully sure of the physics of that or the biology of that, but that's what works best for me. Switching over to the other hand, hand onto your shoulder, elbow up to the sky, feel this beautiful big stretch down in your bingo wing area, in your triceps. Hand comes over the top if you want to take it deeper. Keep that pelvis neutral, deeper still, take your head, your elbow behind your head, push your head back into it. And again, if you do want to take it deeper still, you can maybe use a band or tea towel or belt or what have you to pull it down and take it deeper still. Good, and relaxed. Fabulous. You're feeling nice and stretched and nice and toned. Really good stuff there, guys. I'm so proud of you all. Working hard to keep in shape and look fabulous and feel fabulous and keep healthy, most importantly, especially with everything that's going on as well. So really well done. You did excellent.